Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development. Now, I want to tell you a little about Bloomberg Media. Bloomberg Media is one of the topmost financial media organizations in the world. When you are counting top-notch financial media organizations, you cannot count more than 3 before you mention Bloomberg. You know that in the financial world that we live in, investment is looking for where it will be well accommodated. There are so many countries, so many resources begging for investment. Therefore, investment is a scarce commodity. So those who invest look for information, credible information on where to put their money. Now, when people like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu tell you that they go abroad to go and source for investment, they are just wasting their time, because the real investors listen to people and organizations like Bloomberg. That is why it is important when Bloomberg says something about your economy, about the way your president manages your economy, because it has a kind of reverberation worldwide. And what Bloomberg has said about Bola Ahmed Tinubu's management of Nigeria's economy, especially in recent time, in particular, which is the first budget that he had been able to present, it will make you shed tears for this country. And the things that Bloomberg pointed out, which I'm going to share with you today, right now, are the things that will make foreign investors to think twice before putting their money in Nigeria. They will think that Nigeria is an unserious country. It's an unserious destination to put their funds into it. Now, the latest report that Bloomberg did on Nigeria, it was very damning. Very, very damning, given the situation in the country. According to the Bloomberg said that the Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first supplementary budget includes a fleet of SUVs for himself and his wife, a presidential yacht, and the renovation of his villa, amid a cost of living crisis for some of the poorest people in the world. And you know that Nigeria is still the poverty capital of the world. Now, this is how Bloomberg introduced Nigeria to the world, to those who will invest, when there are other competitive destinations like Rwanda, like South Africa, like Egypt, name them, in African continent. And this is the image that the investor will see of Nigeria. The first supplementary budget by the president of Nigeria. These are the kind of things that are of concern to it. According to the Bloomberg, he said the proposal, which seeks additional funding beyond the annual budget approved by Tinubu's predecessor, comes as the government asks Nigerians to persevere through pains. This government asks Nigerians to persevere through pains, caused in part by a raft economic reforms ushered by the new president. Bloomberg is saying that while Tinubu wants to be swimming in luxury, he asks Nigerians to persevere in the hardship that is facing the country. Now, this is not a Nigerian verdict. This is Bloomberg verdict. The Bloomberg continues. They say Africa's most populous country faces rampant unemployment, soaring food prices, and plummeting currency. Also, he said that federal lawmakers approved the president's request for extra spending but eliminated the provision of 5 billion naira to buy a presidential yacht. Instead, they doubled the allocation to a student loan fund to 10 billion, according to Abaka Bichi, chairman of the appropriation committee. So you can see that Tinubu was looking for a yacht for cruising. At least the National Assembly that we know that they are rubber stamp, they were able to say, no, we can't accept that. They took the money and put it in the student loan scheme. The loan scheme that had been underfunded, that had not been operational since he announced it. Now, the Bloomberg continued. He said the lawmakers approved 1.5 billion proposal to purchase SUVs for the office of the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu. An amount that Bloomberg said is larger than that allocated to many federal individual colleges in Nigeria. It was larger than what was allocated to individual universities in Nigeria. That was what was allocated to buy SUVs for the office of the First Lady. According to the Bloomberg, the supplementary budget also proposes almost 6 billion naira to purchase SUVs for the presidency. What happened to the SUVs that Buhari had been using? But the presidency, they want another one. 6 billion was approved for it. Now, according to the Bloomberg, this is more than the amount usually allocated to fund a student loan program for poor families. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. It was more than that was allocated for the students. If not that the National Assembly cut the money for yacht and transferred it to the student loan. The amount that they would have used to buy jeeps for Tinubu's office, 6 billion, was more than what was allocated for the whole of Nigerian poor students. And you know Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Virtually all the students in Nigerian public universities are from poor families. The Bloomberg continued. He said the legislature has also been slammed for buying hundreds of its own expensive SUVs. Of course, you and I know that the National Assembly has allocated expensive SUVs for themselves. Going further, the Bloomberg said that Tinubu, who took office in May, ended a popular but costly fuel subsidy and removed currency restrictions that saw prices spike and the naira sharply devalued. That left many households struggling to survive in Africa's most populous nation, where at least 40% of the more than 200 million people live in extreme poverty. A country in which more than 40% of its people live in extreme poverty. Look at the kind of supplementary budget that Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted to take care of the luxurious lifestyle of himself and his family and those who work in his office. And what does that tell the international community? Now, Bloomberg further move on after looking at the squandermania that has been characterized the Tinubu administration. Look at what he said. He said last year, the country spent about 96% of its revenue servicing debt, and the government plans to raise 9 trillion naira to help fund next year's budget. This is a government that don't have the money to fund next year's budget. They are depending on borrowing. How to raise 9 trillion to fund next year's budget. Yet, that is a country that their president is budgeting billions for SUVs for himself and his wife. If you combine them, over 8 billion to supply SUVs for the office of the president and his wife. And you think the world will take Nigeria serious? You think the international community will think that we are serious, a serious nation? No. They will be laughing at us when we go there and tell them that you want to come and invest in our economy. They know that if you can mismanage your economy the way you are going, at a time of austerity, as a time of severe economic situation, how is the guarantee that their investment in Nigeria will come out right? When the issues that should be prioritized are not prioritized. Now, what does that tell the world? That tells the world that Tinubu is not ready to do the needful to turn the economy of Nigeria around. And those who are believing that he is going to be different from any other president, they have seen the first sign. Of course, many of us know that there's no way somebody who ran Lagos the way he ran Lagos will run Nigeria any different. There's just no way. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. Tinubu cannot be able to run this country the way a Peter Obi could have run it. Tinubu will not run it. Peter Obi would have run this country like his personal business and eliminate West. But this government is not ready to eliminate West. And he thinks that the international community will take it serious, will come and invest as they are pleading. They want people to come and invest in an economy like this, where the leaders behave like this. No. So they should know it. Bloomberg is the Bible of international business. Perhaps they don't know it. It's one of the go-to for anyone who wants to invest in any other country to find out what is the assessment of this country. They go to Bloomberg because they know that if you rely on the presidents of country coming to tell you come and invest, the president of their various countries are just PR agents. They will come and give you a rosy picture. But when somebody who is a critical observer gives a verdict, the world listens. And the verdict the world has taken away from Nigeria right now under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is that Nigeria is not serious. Nigeria is not serious to attract investment. And no reasonable investor will put his money on Nigeria. None. The kind of investors that will come to Nigeria are the kind of investors that will try to rip off the country, not really genuine investors. Because the genuine investors who knows the worth of money will not put it at a risk in a risky country like Nigeria. They will not put it there. They will not put it in a country where the leadership has not shown indication that they wanted to run an economy that could stand the test of time. Economy in which their investment could be safe. You saw how they ran the country to the level that look at the value of the naira to the dollar. Look at how, because of the way they ran the economy of Nigeria, airlines were scared, were literally pursued away from Nigeria. They held on to the airlines' money. That's not a country you go and put your money. That is why when people talk about going to seek for investors abroad, they waste their time. Because if you put your house in order, investors will come. If you show indication of prudent and proper management of your country's resources, investors will come. Investors are looking for destination to invest. Investors are not charity organizations. They are looking for where their money will be well received and where their money will grow and benefit them first before it benefit the host countries. That is the truth. Capitalism is not a social It's not like socialism that tries to talk about the welfare of everybody. No. But you cannot take it away that man is yet to get any better process of transfer of wealth than capitalism. Capitalism is still the best option to create jobs, to create investment, to create prosperity all over the world. That is why even hitherto communist countries like China has to embrace capitalism. Russia has to embrace capitalism. Virtually nobody is talking about communism again in the world because of the triumph of capitalism. But that capital is not something that goes anywhere arbitrarily. It is very choosy where it goes. It doesn't go to countries that are managed the way Bola Ahmed Tinubu is managing Nigeria. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it hard and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.